Hello folks, it's been a long time since we did any Leetcode problems, so let's try to do something new today. Let's try to get our coding juices flowing with the Leetcode number 3. And the problem is to find the longest substring without repeating characters. We can also call it actually longest substring with unique characters. So he gives an example. He says find the length of the longest substring without repeating characters. He says suppose example 1 is ABCABCBB and the output would be 3. So you don't have to actually give the string, just have to tell what is the longest uh, substring with unique characters. And he says the answer is ABC with a length of 3. And then he gives another example BBB and then he says 1, and then the PWWKEW, the answer is WKE. There is the longest substring and the length is 3. And now he's saying PWKE is a subsequence and not a substring. It should be a substring. So how will we do it? So now, as you know, they might give you saying, hey, you should use S consists of English letters, digits, symbols, and spaces. But for the sake of simplicity and considering that we are given less time during the interviews, we'll do a simplest version of that, which is we'll consider only the lowercase case letters, letters. So let's start doing this and let's see if we can even. So we'll not try to submit this problem, but we'll try to see if we can solve case 1, case 2, and case 3. You can see all these consist of actually lowercase English letters. So let's try that. Let's start. So what we're going to do. So by the way, one other thing I would like to mention here is that most of these problems fall in the realm of sliding window protocol. Now this is not TCP/IP to sliding window protocol. It is sliding window in the context of strings. What happens is you start with a start and end. So let's rather than just talking, let's do it. So in len, first thing, as you know, given a string, you can always find using strlen the length of the string s. So that is your len. Then you have a next one is start, and start tells you, let's start with 0, and then what it tells you is the start of the substring or the window, you could say. So we'll have this window, start of the window, and then we'll say int we'll have a variable known as int maxlen. We'll initialize it to 0. So we'll always keep the length of the window with unique characters, and anytime we find that the length is greater than maxlen will be updated. So with this, so this is the start of the window, or you can also call it start of the substring, current substring. Okay, so that is this, and then we'll have to, because C doesn't give us hash tables or anything like that built in, so we'll have to we'll use array concept. So you say last seen, and because we are only considering English lowercase English letters, we'll have array of 26, and we will initialize this whole array to 0. After that, we'll start our for loop, and in the for loop what we do is, so the idea is we keep track of two indices, start and end, and we just keep measuring the length between them, start and end, and anytime the length is greater than maxlen, the maxlen is adjusted. So we'll start with for int end equal to 0. Now you see we are doing instead of I index we're using end. So start is already fixed, but end is kind of a we are using end to the variable end to go in the to basically walk the string. So n less than n, then n plus plus. After that, let's see that here. So we start this for loop. Now see, first thing is we need to see that how to construct the index. Int index equal to, so we say s and minus a. Now what is the idea behind here? What we are doing is, because we know these characters are adjacent in the ASCII space, so when we do this s and minus a, we find the characters, we translate that character from ABCD to 0, 1, 2, 3. So for example, if you have a, then s and will be a and a minus a will be 0 and b will be 1, c equal to 3, 2 and things like that. So int index. So now after that we say if last seen index, where we are saying that this character that we are traversing through in the string, if last seen index, we want to see, so this is last seen says that at what index it was seen last time. So if last seen index is greater than start, then we have to basically shift our window. So we have to update the window. So we say start equal to, then start is updated, which was the beginning of the current substring. So start is updated to last seen index. So this is a little bit important to understand what is happening here. What we are saying is that suppose we have, just to for the sake of example, now as you know start is 0. First time, if suppose we had a string like what we are going to see here, a b c a b. Now when we say a here first time, end is 0, we will start with the 0th index in the string, and then basically for that time start will be still 0. 0 is not greater than 0, that means we will not come inside this if condition. So what will happen is, so I actually we should make a probably write a comment here for the sake of clarity. We should, the comment is, if this is the case, then we update the window, meaning our start index, the start of the current window substring, moves one to this new location. Now what do we do here? What we do is, if that is not the case, then we just say last seen index. So now suppose we come a, this will not, that means we will not hit this condition, that means index will be 0 here. So last seen, so first time when we see a, we set it to end plus 1. Now this might be confusing to you. So why the heck are you putting it to n plus 1, setting it to n plus 1? Because n is 0 right now, so that means last seen index for a will be 1. So what would happen is, the next time when we see a, 1 will be greater than 0, that means we have seen this index before. That's we should, the comment here should actually say that have we seen this letter or character before. That's all that if condition means here. Now at this point we calculate at this point we say our current, we keep track of the current len. So if current len equal to end, so this is end minus start plus 1. Now why is this end minus start? Because start denotes the beginning of our current substring, end denotes the end of our current substring, and end minus start plus 1 actually tells you the length of the window. Now all we do at this point is we say if current lane greater than max lane. This trick you probably have always seen in whenever you have tried to solve the problems which were then max lane equal to current lane. This is how you find maximum in array of integers, right? So if current lane greater than max lane, then max lane equal to current lane. And at this point we are pretty much, you could say, done. After the for loop, only thing that is left for us to do is do a return this for loop. Okay, yeah, so after the for loop is over, all we need to do is do a return max lane, and that should be our answer. So let's try to see if this actually works for the test cases. If we will not submit it because I'm sure it will fail because we're only considering lowercase letters, but let's see if it runs for this test case 1. Wow, so it actually does work. Now let's take case, and then say output is 3, expected was 3. Similarly for case 2, also in case 3 we expect in this case KEW, I guess, right? So say run. So all test cases in this case, at least those 3 that are given, are passing. I would not submit it because it will fail definitely because we haven't considered letters that are not lowercase letters. But I just, for the sake of interview, I would say this should be enough because you get to show the idea of sliding window. You got to show how to handle the updating, the how to use the for loop and things like that, and how to keep track of the current size of the window and things like that. So I hope it has helped you today, and if you want to play with it and make it more robust and be able to submit, feel free and enjoy. Happy leet coding. Bye bye.